Imagine a single birthday card mailed to a prison. It looks harmless, but it triggers a full lockdown and sends several officers to the hospital. There was no threat, no weapon. It was just a piece of paper. But this paper was laced with a powerful, invisible drug, and it represents the new frontier in the hidden war being fought inside our most secure facilities. Because despite 24/7 surveillance, towering walls, and constant searches, prisons are flooded with contraband. The black market behind bars is a multi-million-dollar industry, and the methods used to supply it are more ingenious and sometimes more shocking than you could ever imagine. Today, we're pulling back the curtain on this secret world to reveal exactly how inmates get their hands on just about anything they want, right under the noses of the guards. The battle between inmate ingenuity and prison security is a relentless game of cat and mouse. For every new high-tech scanner and every new security protocol, there's a countermove, a creative new way to beat the system. And this isn't just about sneaking in a few cigarettes. We're talking about sophisticated networks moving huge quantities of drugs, weapons, and phones. Studies on prison populations reveal a startling picture. In-prison drug use is a widespread issue, with some reports suggesting that a significant portion of inmates use drugs while incarcerated. The question is, how? It's not just one way. It's a multi-front war that exploits every possible weakness, from the mailroom to the officers themselves. We're about to expose the four biggest fronts in this war: the mail, inside help, modern tech, and the old-school methods that, believe it or not, still work. The prison mailroom has always been a battleground. For decades, it was all about secret messages in coded letters or contraband tucked into the spines of books. But that's child's play compared to what's happening right now. Today, the single biggest threat coming through the mail is the paper itself. The method is terrifyingly simple. Smugglers take powerful liquid drugs, most often synthetic cannabinoids like K2 or spice, or potent opioids like buprenorphine, sold as Suboxone, and simply spray them onto ordinary paper. Letters, kids' drawings, even fake legal documents get saturated with these substances. When they dry, there's no smell and often no visible trace. A single sheet of paper can hold 1,000 hits of K2, with a street value inside prison of up to $1,000. Suboxone is even easier to hide. Its tiny, dissolvable film strips can be melted directly onto a page or hidden under a postage stamp. For correctional staff, detecting this is a nightmare. Standard K9 units often can't smell these synthetic chemicals. X-ray machines and visual checks are useless against a substance that's literally bonded with the paper. And the sheer volume of mail makes it impossible to test every piece. The danger isn't just to inmates. Simply handling this mail can be hazardous. In one recent incident at a federal penitentiary, a mailroom supervisor died after being exposed to a letter laced with fentanyl and other substances. This has forced many prisons to change their mail policies entirely, now scanning original letters and giving inmates photocopies just to break the supply chain. But smugglers are already one step ahead, dissolving drugs into the ink of a pen or the glue on an envelope. The highest wall is worthless if someone on the inside holds the key. The most damaging smuggling route is also the most sensitive: corrupt correctional officers and staff. While the vast majority of officers are dedicated professionals, it only takes one to compromise an entire facility. The motivation is almost always money. But blackmail and manipulation also play a huge role. Inmates are masters at spotting weakness. An officer with a gambling debt, financial trouble, or a personal crisis becomes a target. It often starts small: an extra pack of cigarettes, maybe some food. But once an officer crosses that line, they're often trapped. That one favor becomes leverage for demands of more dangerous contraband like drugs and cell phones. The methods can be brazen. In one recent case, an officer was charged with smuggling drugs into a jail inside a fast food bag. In Philadelphia, 2 officers were arrested in separate schemes, getting paid thousands by inmates to bring in drugs and phones. Another officer admitted to sneaking drugs into a facility inside bags of potato chips. This corruption fuels the prison black market, creating a climate of lawlessness that endangers everyone. In response, lawmakers are pushing for stiffer penalties, with some legislation proposing prison terms of up to 10 years for a convicted officer, hoping that a severe consequence will be a stronger deterrent. The smuggling game has officially gone high-tech. The same drones that deliver packages to our doorsteps are now being used to airdrop contraband right into the hands of inmates. Drones have totally changed the landscape of prison security, creating a new and unpredictable threat from the sky. Networks on the outside, often directed by inmates themselves, use drones under the cover of darkness to fly over prison walls and make precise drops. These packages can carry anything: drugs, tobacco, and the ultimate prize: cell phones. A smuggled smartphone is the crown jewel of prison contraband. It's a command and control center for criminal enterprise, allowing inmates to coordinate drug sales, intimidate witnesses, and even organize more drone drops. The scale of this is staggering. A multi-agency investigation in Georgia, dubbed Operation Night Drop, indicted 23 people for their roles in a huge drone-based smuggling ring. The investigation uncovered text messages with aerial photos of prisons, drug price lists, and pictures of the drones themselves. While not all drone activity is aimed at prisons, the expertise is clearly transferable. Prisons are fighting back with new detection systems, but it's an expensive challenge. Drones are fast, small, and can be launched from miles away. Just recently, an attempted drone drop at a Canadian prison was stopped with a package valued at over $300,000 on the inside. A clear sign of the massive profits driving these high-tech operations. For all the high-tech drones and invisible drug coatings, some of the oldest, crudest smuggling methods have survived for one simple reason: they still work. These are the classic brute force techniques that rely on timing, opportunity, and pure guts. The most straightforward is the throw-over. Accomplices on the outside literally throw packages over the fence, often during yard time. To get more distance and avoid suspicion, the items are hidden inside other objects. Tennis balls are a classic. Hollowed-out footballs have been found stuffed with marijuana and cell phones. Sometimes it gets grotesque. Smugglers have even stuffed drugs inside a dead bird and tossed it over the fence, knowing guards are less likely to inspect it. Then there's the most common smuggling route of all: people. Visitors are a huge source of contraband. Drugs can be passed mouth to mouth during a kiss, or dropped in a trash can for an inmate to pick up later. And of course, there's body packing, concealing drugs inside body cavities, often wrapped in condoms or balloons. It's incredibly dangerous, as a rupture can be fatal, but it's still common because it's so hard to detect without an invasive search or a body scan. The creativity is just endless. Guards have found drugs hidden in the false bottom of a cup, stuffed deep inside a nasal cavity, and even concealed within a baby's diaper during a family visit. These methods might seem less sophisticated, but their persistence shows that in the world of prison smuggling, any and every weakness will be exploited. From a birthday card coated with invisible chemicals to a drone slicing through the night sky, the ways contraband gets into prisons are a wild testament to human ingenuity. The mailroom, the guards, the skies above, and the oldest tricks in the book, they are all active fronts in this ongoing war. Every time security adapts, smugglers find a new way. The rise of body scanners is met with more creative concealment. The switch to digital mail is met with corruption from the inside. This isn't a problem with one simple fix. It's a complex issue tied to addiction, massive profits, and the unending demand for a piece of the outside world. The fight against contraband is a constant race between those who make the rules and those who find new ways to break them. As technology evolves, so will the methods to bypass it. It really makes you wonder, what will the next big smuggling technique be? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. And for more explorations into hidden worlds, don't forget to like this video and subscribe to the channel.